We are genetically programmed. We are wired from how we get to this planet to be successful and to succeed. We are to thrive, to survive, and to avoid danger at all costs. And whether that's physical danger or emotional danger, if you ask whether or not you're successful, if you're alive on the planet, you've succeeded. I mean, that's all you need to know. You've succeeded. You've gotten out of the way of all sorts of harm and hardships and difficulties, emotionally fraught difficulty, mentally, and everything else. You're succeeding. The difficulty for most people is that they don't believe that they're a success, but they believe the conditioning that we got hypnotically while growing up between the ages of 0 to about 8 years old. During that time, we're primarily in delta and then eventually theta waves. And so we're a sponge. And so we start picking up negative programming. It can also be good programming. I mean, a person today can look back on their past and go, it sucked, it's horrible, it's terrible, it's bad. Or they go, it was so good, it was so great, it was so wonderful, but today pales in comparison. So you have a way of looking back, and if it keeps you trapped from being the success that you truly are, then that's what needs to be retrained. The good news is that we can retrain the subconscious mind to do what we want it to do, because it's going to carry out its programming no matter what. The first thing that the Attitude Activator does is it throws you into a situation where suddenly the music changes. It becomes a little aggravating. It becomes a little bit frustrating. What it wants to do is it wants to trigger for you an event when things aren't going well. Because guess what? That's when you really need to rise to the occasion. Because if everything's going fine, you don't really need it. You're already doing okay. But it's when things happen that we react to in the world. This is what most people need to wake up from. It's not hard to put people into trance at all. It's more and more difficult to get them out of the trance that they live in day to day. So if you're driving down the road and somebody gives you the finger or cuts you off, and you immediately react with a less than glorious response, or you give them the finger back, or you're swearing, or you're mad. Worse is that you go home at dinner time, and you say, this guy cut me off on the freeway, or this woman cut me off on the freeway, and you're talking about it 12 hours later. That's living out of habit. It's living as a victim to the horse, the subconscious mind. You're just doing what you've learned to do, but you're not responding, you're reacting. You're no more making a free choice than Pavlov's dogs when the bell got rung. You're just salivating at that moment. This is what the Attitude Activator seeks to do. It's to wake you up to that moment when the bell is rung and you start to salivate, or the bell is rung and you start to feel less than glorious, or the bell is rung and you get angry, fearful, frustrated, anxiety-ridden, depressed, doubtful, whatever it might be. And it has you notice that moment. When you first notice that moment, this is the beginning of change. Because if it operates outside of consciousness and outside of your control, and you have no say over it, you're just going to do what you've always done. And if you always do what you always did, you're always going to get the same results. So the very first step in the Attitude Activator is to start with a mild trigger of what is a less than glorious state for you. It's the present state that people find themselves in when they have a problem or an issue or something they want to change, and they don't know how to change it. So again, The point is in order to program yourself, you need to leave where you are, alone, recognize it, drop it, shift into neutral, from neutral, go to the present state, and then live that present state now. Now, the Attitude Activator helps you with other things, but it brings it to now, is that there are people who dedicate their life to being an Olympic athlete so that they can perform for less than a minute every 4 years. Yeah. And they have coaches.
Oh, I like that.
They get the best coaches, they get the best mentors, they hang out with the best people. They spend their entire life eating right, sleeping right, doing the right thing so that they can be, Muhammad Ali said, I hate training, but you know what? I want to be the best boxer in the world. I have to train. The disservice that we do to people is say it can be fast, it can be cheap, it can be no cost to you, because there is a cost. There's an investment in your time, there's an investment in your energy, in your attention, your money, or your thinking, your feeling, and your behaviors. So to say otherwise is really to do a disservice to people. Journey, but how you journey is important. Don't expect the destination to save you. Make every moment of your life magical. And you can do that with the right attitude. You can do that through using the skills that people are learning here in this summit. People are getting, are being exposed to the power of the subconscious mind, which is just billions and billions and billions of times more powerful than anything. And it's about time to start using it that way, right?
Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? I'm sure that you found a lot of information in this very short video you just saw, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 minutes, however long it was. But that is not all. You can have access to the entire presentation of this amazing speaker, plus 40 more other presentations and speakers, and you can have access for life. You can have access to the video recording, to the audio recording, to the swipe files, to the transcripts, to all of the bonuses and the special gifts that all of the speakers and presenters and also the organizers are offering in the Premium Pass package. So if you like this, if you want more, make sure to sign up below for the Premium Pass and have lifetime access to everything. I'm sure it'll be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, in yourself, in your practice, in your health, and also with working with clients. So go ahead, click on the button below, sign up for the Premium Pass, and we'll see you